really, really easy. So I'm finishing making cold brew coffee today, so I thought I would film how I did it. So yesterday at about 5:30 at night, I took a couple of scoops of coffee grounds. I picked up this stuff. So it was ground a couple of days ago because at the time we didn't have a coffee grinder, and apparently that's okay for cold brew. We were talking with a barista at a local coffee shop, and she was saying that cold brew sometimes comes out better if you use older beans. I don't think she was talking about older ground coffee. But anyway, you know, we're not perfect over here. So let me get the lid off. So I just put it in a ball. So I just put it in a ball mason jar. I put 2 scoops of grounds in. The great thing about cold brew coffee is you don't actually have to be really precise with it. You kind of like play with the ratios of the water and the coffee until you come up with something that you really like. So I put 2 scoops in, and then I put a little bit of water in, and I did a bloom, which in hot coffee, you take a few seconds to put a little bit of hot water in, get the grounds wet, and it releases carbon dioxide and aromatic compounds, and it's a fancy thing that I guess makes the coffee taste better. I still don't really know all that much about coffee. We've been going to coffee classes in Baltimore, and they're a lot of fun. So now we're really much more enthusiastic about making coffee. Okay, so I put a little bit of I put coffee grounds in, I put a little bit of cold water in just to get the coffee grounds wet, and then I waited for about 10 minutes. I stirred it up so they were all wet, and then I stirred it up again, and I put water in until about the top of the jar, and then I popped a lid on it, closed it, and I shook it up occasionally, but mostly just let it sit on the counter overnight. You can put it on the counter or you can put it in the fridge. Again, these are just variables that you can play with to see what you like. It will extract more flavor and caffeine and coffee out of the coffee grounds if you put it on the counter because it's warmer, and it'll slow it down a little bit in the fridge. So you're supposed to do it for, you're supposed to let it, what's the word? Steep? Yeah. Is that the word? You're supposed to let the coffee grounds steep with cold brew coffee for between 16 to 24 hours. So since I was doing it on the counter, I'm gonna go for a little bit shorter time. So it's about 10:30 now. How many hours is that? 5:30, that's about 17 hours. So, okay, so I'm going to strain out the coffee grounds now. I'm gonna do that with another mason jar, and I have like a sort of reusable cheesecloth netting that I'm sticking in the mason jar. It's clean. I don't remember what I did to stain it green, but it's clean. So put it in there. Okay, can you hold it? So I could probably dump all the grounds in and then squeeze is what I should be doing, but I'm not a perfectionist and that will make it more difficult to clean, so I'm just going to get the last couple of drips out. And then I've got some wet grounds in here, squeeze those out. And now we have cold brew coffee. So they were calling it, so this is, I guess, technically cold brew coffee concentrate. So you can pour this over ice, you can drink it as is, you can put milk or coconut milk or whatever type of milk in to make it tasty. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it. But that is how you make cold brew coffee. It's like the easiest thing ever. I was really surprised when I learned how easy it was. That's it. Cheers! I can't put that on the internet. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. I wish you could smell this right now. It smells like coffee and chocolate. And there's probably some other notes too, but my palate is honestly not that sophisticated. It smells like coffee. It's so pretty!